Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be on Xavier Woods, King Woods. So this is the event card this weekend. It is Faction Feud, and we have a new Xavier in the game. It is his King Woods gimmick. He is a showboat, S tier. He's a chaotic showboat. He is modern era. He's got a few links. He's got the SmackDown link, one more move point. New Day, moves that generate color turn gems will create two more, and Modern Era 5%. He also has the stock gear, the King Woods gear. He is a coach. He's a multiplied down coach. At 15k, you're going to receive 20% less damage for multiply gems. We already have better versions of this coach, so not super excited about the coach personally. Maybe it stacks, but I don't really see a situation where I would use it. I have 3 movesets for you guys today. I am going to change skill plates in the middle. This first one, we're going to have what the Rock is cooking skill plate on. Whenever you break 3 or more red gems, you get 3 purple MP at the end of your turn. Then, of note, it's a double armor setup and a yellow percentage move damage medal at 133%. So there's that. And let's take a look at this first move set. Honor roll, 10 MP purple, finisher, deal 110k damage plus 38k bonus damage for every reinforced gem, pin the opponent. Gut Wrench Facebuster 4 MP red, deal 49k damage and choose 2 gems to make into 2-turn Juggernaut gems. That will make 7 random gems into reinforced gems on every countdown turn and increase your purple MP by 6 at the end of the countdown. And Feud, that's 5. So there's going to be a lot of Juggernaut gems on the board. And then the Springboard Tornado DDT, 4 MP purple, deal 51k damage and choose a 3x1 area to swap into red gems. Entourage, I'm going with double MP trainers to start. Yoko, mine is not maxed. At 18k, he'll do 100% more reinforced gem damage, which will equate into about 400 or 500k more damage on the finisher. So you want to keep that in your back pocket. He'll be able to hit much harder than I can show you here. And then because this is a feud setup and there is not a high probability of a turn 1, with this one, we need a lot of board help. Well, not a lot, but we definitely need board help to go turn 1. I got MP reduction of 1 on there, so you could pick your spots. He definitely goes off turn 2. And like I said, double armor for this build. It's a little bit laggy on this screen for some reason, but it gets better once we're actually in the match. So let's take this look at this one. This is set up for Feud, like I said. You can get this to work on turn 1 in Feud if you can make a 5 match with the purple with the Rock is cooking skill plate. So I have done that several times in practice. So what we're going to do is we are going to place. Oh, and let me get some sound on. There we go. Ooh, but not music. We're going to place our Juggernaut gems first. So we do have a little bit of board help. So let's just pop these down here at the bottom. We may be able to get this turn 1. There is a lot of other colored gems in these spots, so it's not perfect. And then there. That should be good. And so obviously we have the Jug gems out. Because of the skill plate in Feud, if we get a 5 match and then do a swipe, we would have the finisher filled. So you do need a little cooperation. We have multiple spots where we can 5 match. And this probably is looking like the best spot for that. So this may work out pretty well. In Feud, you would need the swipe. So the skill plate's going to go off and fill it. Now, in Feud, we would be 1 short and would need the swipe to get the Juggernaut gems off. So we're going to be just short. So just for funsies, I'm going to hit this because we're going to cascade. Well, we're going to pin, not cascade. But that will show you exactly how you would do it. Now you would swipe, these 2 jug gems would go off, and we would have the finisher filled, and we would hit it turn 1. So that's how you would do it to be turn 1. So you do need some board help, and it's not perfect, which is why Steph is on there for 1 MP down to pick your spots. But you will get to see it here on turn 2. And most of the board will be reinforced gems in Feud. So like I said, you would probably hit minimum 500k harder. Also, I don't have a purple move damage medal on here. And you can see we hit for 1.7 million. In Feud, I'm thinking 2.53 million, very likely, with this build set. And possibility to do it on turn 1. I only have 3 build sets, so I'm actually going to run this one more time just so you can see it. Oh, by the way, next turn, those proc purple, so you would just go back to back with the finisher. So if they kick out, you're going to also next turn hit the finisher again. So there is that. So I really like this moveset because you can use the Juggernaut gems and stuff, especially in conjunction with an MP down and picking your spots. Like I said, I'll go ahead and run it again. Maybe we'll get it to work. Maybe we won't. It doesn't work every time, though. But it is feudable, and you should get some pretty solid hits turn 2, especially double armor. You're going to get some big boys. So board a little cooperation again. So, you know, we may end up doing this after all. Let us see what we see. Big money, no whammy. It's me though, so no, all bets are off, right? Go ahead and make a 5 match up here. Ah, of course. It's fine. It is fine. And I didn't get the second set of Juggernaut gems off. But in Feud, you have more, right? So, however, I can do it this time too. And this would kind of show that too. So let's get some more jugs out, because we got some pin bar to work with. And I'm feeling frisky. Actually don't feel very well today, but that's beside the point. As far as this preview is concerned, I'm feeling frisky. You know what? Just for fun, let's put even more Juggernaut gems out. What are we on? We're on turn 2. And we're going to get our purple gems filled too. And what looks good? This looks good. So now we got a board full. Purple moves are refilled again. Even harder this time. 2.5 million. That would be like 4 or 5 million in Feud. So I actually really like this build set, double armor, especially with an MP down coach and fighting people that's going to let them not go on turn 1. Should be pretty fast and efficient and fun. And like I said, you're going to get 5 Juggernauts in Feud too, so you're going to have an entire board full. Thinking about it, if you have Yoko Max, you're probably actually going to be more like 3.5 million. Just thinking about it with the 5 Juggernaut gems. So a little bit off there maybe in my initial assessment. Anyway, moving on. This is the heal build set. We are going to We are going to switch skill plates as well. I'm going to go right ahead and put the Mysterio plate on. It's been a minute since really anyone has taken advantage of this plate. So now that there's some more skill plate removal currency available to us. By the way, that was awesome. Big fan of that. Maybe you can move this stuff around and have some fun with it. So let's pop this bad boy on. Whenever you make 5 or more heal gems, increase your yellow move damage by 125% for 2 turns. Also, I mean, if there's ever yellow move buff in boss battle, I think you could do this because he's going to self-heal himself a ton. So potential there, right? To keep himself alive on a yellow move damage or any color move damage boss. I don't know that he'll be like crazy damage. However, he would keep himself alive. And as you all know, you can't DPS when you're dead. you can only do damage when you're alive, so. Jumping hook kick is coming in. All new moves are coming in. We're bringing the Shining Wizard in. And we're also bringing Lost in the Woods. A little bit laggy here. Bear with me as we get through this. I mean, I could edit this out, but then you'd miss my outstanding commentary. And I know you all are hanging on every single word I say right here. So, Lost in the Woods, 9 MP yellow, deal 99k damage and make 9 heal gems into red. Shining Wizard, deal 98k damage and choose a 3x3 area to make into heal gems with strength 113k. That's over 1 million in healing. Just keep that in mind. Jumping Hook Kick, 5 MP red, deal 69k damage and make 12 random gems into yellow gems. A little bit random, obviously. So again, would leave Steph in here. If you were going to use this in Feud, you might have some fun trolling with this potentially, or just, you know, doing something different if you're bored. So there's that. Let me switch. And I actually haven't tried this with the skill plate yet, so I'll be interested to see how much better it is with it. Without the skill plate, it was slow. Let's see how it is with the skill plate. We're going to go gem defense to get a cheesy win in here with the Honky Tonk Man, double armor, all that jazz. You guys know the drill at this point. Come on, Honky Tonk Man. Okay. And then we're going to replace Yoko with Naomi. She adds like 25% more to the heal gem strength, bringing it up to like 1.2, 1.3 million, something like that, in healing each turn. And I think she might be under modifier. She is, yes. Okay. So now it's 142k, 9 gems. So yeah, 1.36 million by my back of the napkin math. And we're going to leave Steph on there in case for some reason you decided to go into Feud with this. That mitigates the randomness of that random move a bit or something. So 100k moves, so each proc of the Mysterio plate is going to give us 150k extra move damage, right? Because they're right at 100k, so 100k, so 150% is 150k. So 250, and then of course we have the move damage medal, so we're looking at 216 and 218k respectively on the DiMaggio, as my buddy Davey D would call it, the DiMaggio. And we're cascading and pinning, and hopefully we don't cheese a win here. Hopefully he can kick out. Okay, good. I would have had to run it twice if he didn't kick out. Ooh, okay, we got some pin bar to work with, so let's have some fun. Let's put these heal gems out. And let's slap them here. I could get a bigger cascade, but I actually don't want to because there's so much pin bar to work with. And now you can see we're up to 345k and 339k. So let's make these 9 gems red and do a fat 0 damage off of those, but we got our move damage. Let's see if we don't... Oh, perfect. Now let's play with fate a little bit here. And let's see if we can not pin. That would be great. Ah, we did pin. Okay. Well, hopefully he kicks out. I want to see how big these get. Good, good. Don't pin me though, Ivar. I don't really want to get pinned, because we're going to lose turns off of our buff. So, bad Ivar. That is the one thing. He does a lot of pinning. Oh yeah, this will kick us out quickly. Let's make sure, hopefully we are still buffed. We are not. Lame. Lame. So once you get pinned, it goes away. I mean, it would go up 150 more K than it was, though. And we were at, like, Ooh, that was a crit. $343, so one more time would have been, $443, $493, so right around 500K on each of them after one. And he's going to pin every time from here on out, so I'd be fine with getting a cheese ball win here. Don't think so. High drama here. Okay. Let's see if we can get some kind of bigger cascade. Let's see if we can pin him with our 343k damage. Oh, 593. Okay, never mind. Wonder. Apparently it's not adding up the move damage quite right visually. Okay, so this bears some explorating. Because that was much bigger than I anticipated there. Because graphics said not hitting as hard. So let's go in against someone who's not going to pin me every turn. And then just for fun, because I don't want to get a cheap win, let's take Honky Tonk Man off. Don't worry, this is a total ad-lib preview. This is all unplanned actually. But as long as I have the skill plate on, why not? Let's just put a yellow move damage person on. Where you at, Orton? You should be right in here somewhere. Randall. Thank you. All right. Oh, it's so laggy. So laggy. Driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts, folks. Oh, and the last build's going to be the super sub build, so if you don't want to see this healing crap, you can just fast forward through this part. I, however, am slightly interested in this. Because those moves were getting bigger. Okay, we definitely pinned. And we're going to take on Adam Cole, baby. Stop getting your yellow matches, though, buddy. Because I don't want to get pinned. Okay. And we have a little bit of pin bar. Okay, so 260, 260. Boop. Okay, 388. I actually love that move animation there. Rather enjoy that one. We can get a little bit ahead of the game here, maybe. Very nice. Okay. All right. Ooh, we're giving Adam Cole more yellows. Not that I mind, because we heal for a bajillion. So... not really. Alright, where are we at? Oh, you know what? It's, even though it says 2 turns, I think it's going back down every time, and it's a visual glitch. I think that's what's happening. So let's see how hard this hits. Yeah, 384k, which is where we were. So it's just not showing on that, even though it's actually doing it. Okay. So 344k, we're going to put our heal gems out. And let's see how hard this hits. I think this is where we're like 580. Yeah, 513. Okay. Okay. Anyway, I do think in boss battle with the move damage buff, him healing himself. You could probably do some stuff with this in the chaotic realm, which is very different than the defensive one, obviously. You know, he's not going to be probably a game breaker, but again, if the boss doesn't have a heal and you have a bunch of people that can keep themselves alive, it might not be fast, but you can probably clear some content that way. Do your worst, Cole. Your 286 damage doesn't scare us. All right. Let us see how hard this hits. Okay. And what are we up to here? 638k. All right. So it do be growing. And I'm okay with the cascade. He's probably going to have trouble kicking out. Probably shouldn't say things like that. Okay. And now the super subby build. So I'm going to show you the super sub build. This is 4.3 question mark? Yeah, 4.35 million. Were it me, I would actually sub Shelton out for Steph like we have here and do 4.1 million damage and try and negate the whiff on the jumping hook kick if we pin. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, Vern? All right. Anyway, let's put the sub in. We're going to keep the jumping hook kick. We're going to put the sleeper hold in, and then we are going to cycle back because that makes purples with the springboard tornado DDT, which we've seen all the moves except the sub. So this is a tricolor, a sub-a-dub-dub. And the sub is a make 25 random gems into purple gems and do 118k damage for 3 turns, remaining turn into reinforce. Now you may be saying to yourself, Mherex, why aren't you using the honor roll with that? Well, I'm glad you asked, because most of the time there's only 1 or 2, maybe 4 reinforced gems left, and that does a paltry 120k damage. I'd much rather cycle back to the red, to the sub, etc. So that's why the reason for that, the reasoning. Also, you might be wondering why Fury and why All Heart. Well, he is making a passel of purples, and the All Heart buffs purple gem damage by 100%. So if you went double Fury, All Heart, you would probably be cranking out some very nice gem damage. And you might, in that case, actually think about subbing out Shelton for, let's say, like Santa Hogan or, you know, Lacey for that percentage purple gem damage, things like that. There's some stuff you could do here for sure. Anyway, I digress. Let's get AJ on here. AJ does have the added bonus if you have him at 9k of generating an extra random yellow, which may or may not be a good thing. Depending, because in Feud you're also generating an extra minimum of 1, assuming you get offensive perks. If you don't get offensive perks, well, you know, there's that. Or if your opponent doesn't have defensive, then you're generating a bunch of extras. So, and like I said, I would leave Steph on to mitigate cascades and the damage done there, but it's a true super sub build, so we're putting Shelton on for the 4.35 million damage in Feud. Without Shelton, it would be 4.1. That doesn't seem like much of a trade-off for the safety net of the MP down, in my opinion. Anyway, here we go, guys. Let's see this one and how it works. Get through this laggy spot, and here we are. All right, so we want to load the sub-a-dub-dub. Let's make some yellows. And the Cascade Master strikes again, so we pinned. It's okay. Also, do keep in mind, so you know I'm not just saying it to say it, when we hit this sub, see how many reinforced gems are left by the end of the sub. Also keep in mind in Feud, it would be 3 turns longer. I mean, we're already down to 3. So I think you get my drift of the honor roll being kind of wasted here. Now, if you don't ever get defensive feud perks, you could potentially run this and run the yellow MP or the yellow less sub-turn reduction coach. And you could always go that route and you could try some stuff that way, right? And now we want to get back to the yellow, so we're going to chuck the random red. If we didn't have it, the purple would get back to it. And in true Mherex fashion, we will be cascading. Oh yes, there will be cascades. We haven't crashed yet. So sadly, there's no crash where I get to talk about gameplay. Okay. I mean, just for fun, let's fill the red. Give myself another chance to cascade. You might also be like, why General's Orders? Well, I don't know. Because you can, that red would fill the sub easier, sort of thing. So you could do that. That's actually why. Maybe it makes it so you don't have to do the random move. I don't know. It's on the prize wall. It's a possibility. Not saying it's a good possibility. I personally like all heart, because that gem damage will add up. Anyway, guys, I think one more cycle is going to do it here on Olivar. Let me know for sure what you think about the builds. If there are any you particularly like. I do think that first one is pretty slick. The fact that you can get some turn 1 wins, you can mitigate the bad things that can happen with an MP down coach. You could also use any MP down you have if you don't have Steph. Let's say you have, like, I think Steamboat's negative red. You could target people that use red MP, you know, and so on and so forth, and use them specifically that way. I do think he's by far the best Xavier. He is no Master Chad Gable. And as far as resource-wise go, I don't know that I would be taking him up in a hurry on my particular roster. I do think he has value. I do think there's some interesting stuff. But let's take a look at my showboats real quick. I was actually asked about this by someone, and they said, you know, there's a lot of really good characters now. And it would be helpful to me if you said kind of where you would prioritize them based on your roster. And I mean, we could give that a try. It's very difficult because it's initial impressions, and I don't know what you want to build for and that sort of thing. So do take that with a grain of salt. But as far as showboats that I have, obviously I'm all in on Master Gable. He's #1 for me. Most of the showboats I like are currently already gold, right? Like, I like Lashley, I like Bradshaw, I like Lex, I like Molly. They're all gold. Ford would be the better choice for most people, obviously, to take gold. For me and the difficulty I have seeing the color change on the gems, not so much. So I honestly probably would level Woods ahead of Ford and Ray. Maybe because he's newer. I don't know. Maybe because he's got Juggernaut gems and I like those, although I think Ray has some Jug gems. Batista, I don't like going up any higher, so I level Woods in front of him. Santa Hogan can't go anywhere. I'm not enthralled by Naomi, although 5-star gold is likely to happen at some point. I do like Hall of Fame Ted, and he's a lot of fun. So this is an interesting question for me between Hall of Fame Ted, like if it was resource-wise, TP coin, obviously not tokens. Would I do Woods in front of Hall of Fame Ted? I don't know, but that's because I really like him. Moving on to the rest of my roster, love RK Bro. So I would, resources would go into RK Bro before him. I also really love Mutant Priest. The fact that he was a freebie plays a big part for me, so I got a soft spot for him. So I really think I would probably do him. I don't have a lot of bleed on my roster, so I'd probably do Bulldog first. That's not saying they're better. It's just saying these are people I would build first because of me and the way I think. But you know, again, on the flip side, he does have plenty of uses, and he can, as you saw, do keep in mind, he has the potential probably to clear 3.5 million easily with a defensive armor build, turn 1 in Feud, because of the fact that you get 5 Jugger gems. So your board is going to be littered. So if I didn't have some of these other guys at the top and wasn't like all in at on Gable, that might make a big difference there too. Anyway, just my thoughts. I do think he has plenty of value, and as far as what my friend said about there being so many good cards, he actually fits into that. There's just a lot of good, sorry, posters, don't find me for, but a lot of good posters out there, and I don't know for sure where I would level him in the scheme of things 100%. I would take Randy up for sure before him. Also, though, bias, love RK Bro. This is more of a bleed thing. Again, bias, so that the fact that he was so good as a free poster, and the fact that he's got 6 MP moves. I love this move set personally. So those are the reasons there, right? Not necessarily that he's better or worse, because I don't know that he is better. Anyway, I could talk about this stuff forever. Hopefully you guys find that interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments. This video is dragged on and on. I don't know how many people will be here at the end. But remember to like, subscribe, and share, as that really helps me out. And other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and good luck out there.